on people right now, Caleb.
Okay. So this one's being recorded, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, live.
Okay. Yeah. Got it figured out.
You're gonna invite everyone.
Yeah, but if you're here, you probably don't have to log in because all you have to do is go to the Google Docs site. Unless, of course, you want to see your face on your screen.
I'm just interested to see if I can get this to work at all.
Oh, well, then by all means.
As of yesterday, we were having very nice few days.
Caleb, I'm using a different mic. I'm using a powerful microphone right now. So yes, if you're logged in, kill your own mic, because what I was wanting to find out is whether or not this mic is picking up the other people in the room. Caleb, Caleb, go ahead and say something and see if Caleb can hear you.
Oh, you want me to say something?
Yeah, you say something.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because it's the microphone over here. Go ahead and turn your speaker down.
I could hear him.
Okay. Because I've got a little bullet speaker, just the cheap Walmart checkout counter, magic bullets.
Yeah.
But then I have a great big Yeti microphone that's like a studio, not quite studio grade, but pretty close, studio grade microphone. So between those two, hopefully the microphone will pick up everybody in the room, and the magic bullet will be enough so that everybody can hear you as well. While we're waiting, in the Google Docs, I've tried to reorganize some of the materials. I've put all those office reviews that Aroma had done into the Step 1 folder, since that's where that kind of information is supposed to be. Okay, that goes.
Do you think we'll reach a point of funding within this class?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, that's one of the things we'll talk about today.
Okay. Actually, that was step 3.
Well, it's one of those. Yeah, here are the steps. Some of the things we're going to be doing sequential. Some of the things we'll be doing parallel. Caleb, can you see what I'm looking at on the screen at the moment? Your Muncie Sustainability Notes document?
Yeah.
All right. I'm curious, when you found the ministries, what were just explain to me how it ties in with what we're doing.
Because I remember you talking about sustainability, it was also a social aspect. I know it didn't really have to do with recycling as much, although they do recycling, but I thought it tied in a little more with the social aspect of sustainability.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting, so I just kind of threw it in there with that stuff. Since it's...
Well, one of the ways that it ties in is since, okay, Muncie Mission accepts things like Goodwill does, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And then do they have a resale shop?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
It's.
on
I think they put it down there at the bottom, maybe.
What's it called?
Yeah, outlet for recycled items.
mhm.
Yeah, there it is. It's called Attic Window Stores.
Right. Oh yeah. I see it down here. So you can definitely look at it that way, is in that if people are used to recycling papers and plastics, and that's not a foreign concept. But what about your other stuff?
Electronics, like what?
Just anything, household items, clothes, toys. You know, you can take it to Goodwill, or you can take it to Muncie Mission, instead of throwing it into a landfill. And then
Yeah, they do a lot of that stuff too.
So it definitely fits in that way.
Yeah.
And then also with both of these organizations, both Goodwill and Muncie Mission, you know, that process then provides people with either compromised abilities or limited abilities with opportunities. I know Goodwill, at least, that's one of the things that they do, is they help people with different types of handicaps or disabilities and work skills. So it definitely fits in. Okay. Tell you what, I'm gonna go to the survey that we worked on the other day, and I played with it a little bit, so I want to show everybody. Yeah, great.
Have we sent this to anybody yet, or is
No. There we go. So I cleaned it up a little bit, put a title at the top of the survey. So this is what it's looking like. So there's a text box that they can enter in their information, and it'll let them expand. However, if they have more than the space that's available, they can expand the field. So that's not a problem. And then at the end, we talked about prioritizing. There was an option of listing all the different things, and they could rank order, but I got to thinking, yeah, people aren't going to want to mess with that. So one of the other options that was available is what you see here. So instead of listing each individual line item that was in that list of things that could be done, I just put the categories in, and then they presented with listed below are categories in which sustainability efforts can be addressed. For each of these categories, indicate the degree to which it is a priority for the Muncie community. And so they can then come in, and if they think pollution prevention is a very high priority, natural resource, whatever the case may be, morning, they can slide the bar to where it is that they think, to the degree to which they think that particular category is a priority.
Cool.
And then that way we would have that information. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take out this. I think it's somewhat of a priority because that's rather nebulous. I don't think it's priority on one end is obvious. I think it's a high priority on the other end is isn't obvious. The words in the middle kind of.
Are you able to judge what numbers are in there between 0 and 100? Like if you took out 10, 30, 50, 70, and 90, because picking 1 through 100 out of those...
I can change the scale.
Yeah, it just seems kind of strenuous to have to pick like 1 through 100 on those 5 items.
Yeah. Let's see.
Like, oh, well, this gets a 27. Well, this gets a 29. That's one of those things.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers to pick.
Yeah, that's fine. So if I do that, and
Slide scale, that's really nice touch.
is
Is this what you think it is? Instead of...
oops. Thank you. I think it is a high priority. And
I think
then,
if you click snap to grid
yeah, it'll keep it on the
line.
10s
Yeah.
in this case. I mean, we could keep it simple and go 1 through 10 instead of 1 through 100 and snap to grid.
Yeah, or go 10, 20, 30. Yeah, we can pick anything like that, really. It's whatever you guys think would be best.
Why don't we go 1 to 10 and snap to grid? That way it's simple. It's where was that snap to grid?
It's right under grid lines.
Where? Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's a preview question. Let's see what it looks like.
It'd be really nice if all state students had access to this.
Well, that's a good question.
This seems kind of a really nice GUI system.
If you want, you can try to go to this URL right here, bsu.qualtrics.com. It'll prompt you for your username and password. If it lets you in.
Yeah, you have to be set up with an account.
But does it give you the option of setting it up?
Right. Gives me a whole log to it.
I think it does.
Yeah, it really does. That's really cool. Yeah, we have access to it.
Cool. So if you want, you can set up your accounts and log into the Qualtrics. Now, you won't see mine yet, what I have yet, but once you're in the system, I can share the survey so that you guys can see what's going on as we collect information. So, you think that looks all right?
Yeah, that looks good. Now they have to, have a little bit less of a choice, which is a good thing in this case. Having 1 through 10 is tons.
Yeah.
That's 20. And they don't even have 10 options. So.
And it's not, somebody could go 10, 10, which is fine, because that would, for that person, all of them are a high priority. This is the survey in the Qualtrics tool.
Do we have, I don't think students.
If you go to bsu.qualtrics.com, it will allow you to create an account to gain access in. But I'll have to wait. I'll wait until people are logged in, and then I should be able to go in and grant it so that you guys can see what's going on. Okay, cool. I think that will work. Excellent. Let me see. There is a way to share the survey. Where is that? Survey options. No, just that. Good morning. been a while since I've shared the surveys, so I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, wait, I think I found it. Collaborate.
Yeah.
I was looking for the word share, and they don't use the word share.
It's becoming kind of an evil word right now online.
Mm-hmm. Did you set one up? Or, there you are. Caleb, since I'm viewing my screen and not you, were you able to set anything up?
What do you mean set anything up?
Were you going to set up an account?
I can if you want me to.
At some point, go ahead. You don't have to do it right now. Are you on your cell phone or computer?
Computer.
Okay. If you want to, you can go to bsuqualtrics.com.
As long as he has a Blackboard account, he has a Qualtrics account. Because it signed me in automatically once I found out that I had a Blackboard account.
Okay, so you didn't have to create anything.
Yeah,
you were able to log in.
I didn't have to do any login information either because I was already logged in.
Okay, Caleb, you probably don't have to do anything then. That's not it. Then again.
Yeah, it's all under that one server. Or under the same directory.
I think I just made one. You just have to basically sign in for the first time, and then it has your
okay.
information.
Yeah, Caleb, if you could go ahead and sign in, and Aroma, let's see.
Yeah, I'm already signed in.
Okay.
It just asked me if I had a Qualtrics account, and I just clicked on I don't have a Qualtrics account.
And there we go.
That should be in there too.
No, it will probably be under your legal name, right?
NRHXIN. How do you make one? XIN.
Okay. Right. It pulls up as I go along.
Did you make a Qualtrics account yet? I do. What's the BSU.Qualtrics.com?
That's good too.
ALTRIC.
And the survey responses.
Yeah, I don't think any of us should do that.
I didn't think our paper.
She has one now.
All right. There you are.
Should I be in this conversation?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got it where I've got this great big mic, which should pick up everybody in the room, and then I've got my cheap little Magic Bullet speaker so that we can hear Caleb online. Because if anybody else turns on their mic, it will start to
Feedback. Valley View survey results. Just clicked on that last one.
Hmm? Oh, I missed one on.
Yeah, just the survey results, top right.
Yeah, I kind of want to be able to do that. All right. Is that everybody? All right.
So now on ours, it should be.
So you should be able to view. I didn't allow editing at the moment because once we send it out there, as a general rule, anytime you're doing surveys, you don't ever change the tool once you start using it. And the only time you change it is if you stop surveying and then start up a new survey. So it should show up when you go to My Surveys.
Yeah.
It should show up in there. But now you also have the option of creating your own surveys for outside of this. If you have a class and you're wanting to gather information, you have the option of using this tool. Keep in mind, since what we're doing is internal projects and we're not gathering and disseminating any personally identifiable information, I didn't go through what's called an IRB, or Internal Review Board. But if you're doing typical research, there's an approval process that you have to go through, basically making sure that the investigator's not either compromising somebody's information or doing something that would be considered inappropriate or harmful to anybody. So I've given my disclaimer. But for what we're doing, since it's general information gathering, we're not asking for anybody's names, phone numbers, anything like that. The information that we gather is pretty much anonymous, so we're able to gather it and share that information without having to go through IRB. Okay. If you look at the tool, then does anybody think that there's anything else that needs to be modified or added to that tool before I?
I think he would be. I mean, for instance, the font on the first question is different than the second one.
I did.
Font size.
That's okay. That's a little strange because it doesn't look like it on mine.
Yeah, it's actually like, I feel like.
I see what he's saying. Like the sentence with abiotic is bigger than the sentence with biotic.
Okay. Oops. Yeah.
I think they might either be different sizes or different fonts. I can't quite tell.
Oops. Hey, stop that. Where'd it go?
Other than that, I didn't see anything else that I'd call out.
Okay.
Looks like either abiotic, single, or it actually changes in real time on here.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh actually changed it on there.
I got
Why is this doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, so how's that look now on you guys' browsers?
At the moment, it looks like abiotic is still double spaced on mine. Maybe just didn't update yet.
Mine too.
So one is and one is not double spaced?
Yeah, the biotic is single and the abiotic is still double. Did you submit the actual changes you made though?
It does it.
It should do it automatically because it
Yeah.
was on here before.
Well, let me tell you. Let me click out it. See if that changes it. Yes. No.
It's still double space.
Yeah. Well, that's a good trying it on different browsers.
Oh, that's good. Just fix it up.
Okay. Also, if you look, go ahead and look through for grammar, spelling, those types of things.
On your definition for sustainability, so sustainability is how biological resources can be made. If we wanted to make that uniform to the others, it would be invented in.
I think that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is defining sustainability, because Aroma brought that up the other day, that we don't have an agreed upon definition of sustainability.
We can all come up with one for next time and then create one.
Well, we've got some time right now, so what I was going to do is I was going to hand it over to you guys because I realized that I'm doing more talking than I had intended. So tell you what, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make it so that you guys can edit the survey for the moment, and then once we send it out, I will take that ability off again, because just to make sure that nobody accidentally clicks on anything that alters the survey midstream. But while I'm doing that, I'm turning it over to you guys to come up with a definition for sustainability. And what I would suggest is
should we make it a short enough definition that it can be fit on the survey easily?
Yes. Cool. In Google Docs, I have in step 3, I have this Muncie Office of Sustainability proposal. So what I would suggest is you guys talk amongst yourselves and come up with a definition for sustainability and add it into this document. So the floor is yours.
Well, I Googled sustainability definition, and I'm looking at sustainable, and it's talking about being able to be used without used up.
You're kind of cutting out, Caleb. Sorry. Uh-oh.
Definitions I'm looking at are not being completely used up, stuff like that.
What step did you say this was in?
Step 3, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so where do you guys want to start on this definition? Do you want to actually make it as broad as possible? Do you want a lot of specific iotas to each thing? How do you guys want to be broad or specific? I guess is the best question.
We could have like a broad definition, then just give a couple of examples.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
A definition I just found was the quality of not being harmful to the environment or depleting natural resources and thereby supporting long-term ecological balance.
That's good.
I think though it's more than just environmental sustainability, it's more than just natural resources and the environment.
Absolutely.
I think including the 3 pillars of sustainability, like social, environmental, and economic, could be a good idea. And that's pretty broad. And then
It could be instead of looking for the one definition out there, it might be taking parts of different definitions. It might be that what Caleb had said might be, well, it does lean a little bit too much towards environmental, but you might have an overarching statement and then other statements then that relate to the 3 pillars that Bailey was mentioning.
One definition I found has like 4 pillars. It has ecology, economics, politics, and culture.
That's a different kind of definition because most of the time most sources only refer to 3.
Yeah, I think they added in politics, didn't they?
Environment, right? Because the politics and such would fit into the social aspect.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they've broken down that into subsections.
Uh-huh.
I think too, I've heard it, like improving the quality of life now without compromising the quality of life for future generations.
Mm-hmm. That would be the overarching statement.
Yeah, and then including the 3 pillars
and so,
that everyone feels that's true.
I think that's a good start.
Okay, so far I have down social, economic, and environmental, and then I have the improving quality of life without compromise. That's why I've written that in the document this time. I'm just trying to take some notes that will come up with them.
Did she find that on a website? Because I just read something that was like almost exactly like that.
My minor is sustainability, and I've taken multiple classes.
That's a pretty common definition.
It's just
but without compromise for future generations.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny because I basically just read something just like that when she was saying that. So.
There's actually not a whole lot of information. There's not a whole lot of actual definition information because everyone's definition is based off of their version of sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to find like general.
Which is why this exercise is important.
Here's what I will say: sustainability statement.
I think the best one that I've found is sustainability creates and maintains the conditions under which humans and nature can exist in productive harmony that permit fulfilling the social, economic, and other requirements of present and future generations.
That was wonderful.
That's a nice one. I like that. So, are you in the Google Docs, Caleb?
I'm logged into it, yeah.
Copy and paste that into the definition of the document that I have open on the screen.
Okay, is that in step 1 or step 2?
Step 3.
Oh, okay.
This document is ultimately going to turn into the report that we submit.
Is it the proposal document?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yep, there I see it. Okay.
And so, yeah, put it right here where I'm clicking.
Oh, I found the right wording. It's the ability to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations.
Mhm.
That's like,
I think this definition and the one that you just found are pretty similar.
Oh wait, it's already written right there. That's fine. We can pretty much take out that whole bottom line now, right?
Hmm?
The improving current quality of life without compromising future generations. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Are we concerned at all about the audience, like the audience's ability to comprehend the definition if they're not familiar with sustainability? Because I'm just thinking like the definition that it's meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future. It's a little bit more like.
It's kind of.
Well, I think that is more understandable than the definition that's highlighted for me.
So you're talking about this?
I think if I was like just your average Joe, which I feel like I pretty typically am, then like I can understand meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability to meet the needs of the future more than maintaining the conditions under which humans exist, productive farming, and like that whole. I think if I didn't have really an understanding,
Sure.
the simplest.
Audience is always a priority.
yeah, and it's like really well said, but it is very long sentence.
And again, we're just looking to put a definition. This is not the full narrative yet. And so, yes, you can have that definition and then a corresponding mission statement for coming up with a mission statement for an Office of Sustainability. And then the explanation of what is this all about, what are they trying to accomplish, and those types of things. So I'm going to step out for a second. I'm going to let you guys take over and see if you guys can come up with something that's mutually agreeable. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, all I did was I added an environmental on a longer definition. What we could do is just break down the longer one that we don't like, since it has all the information we want. It's just kind of too much of it anymore.
Yeah.
And we can also just keep the longer definition, but then maybe for the Qualtrics survey, use the broader but shorter.
Those 3 pillars, or what she said.
Yeah, or the meeting the needs of the present. Yeah.
We also bold major words. I know that helps a lot.
What the heck?
If you bolded social, economic, and environmental, they would understand those are like the primary things they need to get from that small paragraph.
Right.
But either way, it's not a big deal.
So it's like, I'm trying to think, it's improving the quality of life, but also meeting present needs. Yeah, the needs of the present. So maybe sustainability meets the needs of the present and improves the quality of life, or meets the needs and improves the quality of life in the present without compromising the ability for future generations to do the same.
Okay. Are you able to make changes to this?
Yeah.
There's just a problem. If you want to just under everything, even you can type out a sample that you'd want to see from what we have.
Which document is this?
It's step 3 on Muncie Office of Sustainability proposal.
Because I know the most common definition of sustainability is from the Brundtland report, which I'll post on the link. But it's from a report by
Oh, darn.
Our coming.
I edited that one I pasted in a little bit, so see if that sounds better.
No change.
Ooh, I love it. Yeah, I like it. That was yours, isn't it?
That's from website.
Oh, it is. Is this your Midney's website?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll need to ask Dr. Law if he wants us to include the city name in our sustainability definition. Because that would be nice for the actual survey so they know what they're going for. I like in this one definition, it says to create lasting environmental, economic, and community validity. I like the idea of saying lasting, you know, the idea that it's going to continue on.
Yeah.
Although we use the word maintains, which is kind of the same thing.
What about... How about that, Kale? Oh, I just changed up there at the top.
Yeah, that looks good too. I mean, either word works, whatever one is the most impacting to the survey. So what we could do is actually add in part of this right here to our main definition. Oh yeah, Dr. Ron, do you want us to include the actual city title in our sustainability definition? For
Sure,
the survey?
absolutely. That's fine.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure of that.
I mean, that way the audience knows
Yep.
that we're talking, or what we're talking about.
Yeah, although beginning of the survey, they should also know what we're talking about as well.
Mhm.
When they start, they should know what they're actually.
Yes, yeah, what I was thinking about doing is whatever definition we come up with here, you know, I've got that, the title of the survey, and then underneath it defining that, and then also putting in a little bit of narrative about the purpose of the survey.
I like the top one. I think it includes what I agree. I don't think it's missing. It has the 3 pillars and the future generations, the needs.
Lasting conditions.
Yeah.
Maintain.
So what are we looking at?
The top one there, just right under sustainability definition. Yeah. It's kind of short and sweet to the point.
This is just a side note, but my professor, my sustainability professor, he has like a pet peeve, and it stuck with me. But like when we're in talking about sustainability, like things can't become more sustainable. It's either sustainable or it's not. And he's like, so it's like you can't say more sustainable. So we don't say that. But
Can we promote sustainability?
yes, like you could say moving towards sustainability.
Yes.
But he hates it when people say.
It is or it isn't.
Yeah, because it's black or white, like it's sustainable or it's not.
Fair enough.
That's a good point.
So, is this our definition?
We could just say for now.
I like it.
And again, this is all subject to final approval from the community partners, of course.
They might want to make changes as well, right?
They might.
And if they do, is that up to our discretion to accept?
No, ultimately no.
Okay.
Because we're presenting recommendations, and then it's their prerogative to do what they choose.
Okay.
All right, so. Here. Let's see. So then underneath this, we can put some instructions.
Maybe we should italicize it or something. It seems like it's just gonna float in there.
That's fine.
Something with it.
To enhance.
Yeah.
So did you make it so we could edit the survey then?
Yes.
How do I get into that mode?
All right.
I don't know if it.
Go to. You should always start off in the My Surveys, and then if you click on the Muncie Sustainability Efforts Survey, it should take you to what's on the screen now.
Well, I click on it, nothing happens. So.
All right,
I wonder when you were editing, you did it
Yeah.
under the edit, but not under the details.
let me take a look. And
Do I
I'm
have to? Do I have to click on accept shared survey?
Yes.
What's the collaboration code?
Oh.
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's just when you collaborate.
I don't remember seeing a collaboration code. The edit surveys choice should give you the option of doing the other stuff. Why it's not? So everybody's is asking for a collaboration code?
Well, that's like a separate.
I mean,
So when you click that, it won't. Oh, that's the first time. I logged out and then I logged back in.
Okay, yeah, log out and log back in because everybody was
Okay.
when I made the change. And
Right.
So it's not, you're logged in under the previous permissions.
You can actually
okay.
drop down and hit refresh account.
Oh, there you
As
go.
well.
Yeah, I got it.
I can edit it now as well.
So that being the case, you guys can add, I'll tell you what, just as a brief tutorial before we go nuts on this. So if I wanted to add something underneath this definition, such as a set of instructions, I just hit on the plus on the bottom of this one, and it'll create a field below it. Now it'll automatically go to a multiple choice because that's the default. But there's a whole host of different question types that are available. So if you come up here to change item type and hit the drop down, you'll see a variety. Try that again. A variety of different things that you can do. And then for each one of these main categories, there's a drop down for even more specialized types of questions. So there's a lot of creativity that you can bring into a survey if you choose to. But for instructions, we're probably just looking at descriptive text. I would choose rich text, so that way you have the option of bolding, italicizing, and doing those types of things. So you can just, if you want to have it so you can change the fonts and stuff, you can click on Rich Content Editor, and it will allow you to make corresponding changes that you see up here. So if we have a definition now, now unfortunately this is not part of Google Docs, so if we make a change in here, whoever makes the change will be the only one that sees it until after the other people refresh. So that being the case, I probably should still drive as far as making the change so that I can present it on the screen. And Caleb, you can still see my screen, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll still drive, but I'm going to open it up for what to write from you guys.
You just want like instructions.
The definition?
Or like the quote, the survey? Or we?
The questions are all.
Yeah. The questions that we came up with the other day are all in here.
Yeah. So what are we editing on?
We are putting in some instructions,
Okay.
such as a description of the purpose of the survey and what we're asking them to do. So what should we ask them or tell them?
Take the survey and get out.
I guess part of the survey is to determine people's knowledge of sustainability in Muncie.
Okay, first question that I have of you guys. What is the main purpose of this survey?
To gauge people's opinions. I guess people's opinions of sustainability. What we currently have, what currently needs to be done.
Okay, so that's a little different then.
To help us.
You've got two different questions there.
To help us creating this office of sustainability, like what to
Mhm.
include.
So ultimately, it's to get us the information necessary to establish this Office of Sustainability and a clearinghouse associated with that, a clearinghouse of available resources or resources that are available in the Muncie community. Yeah, no, I have to remember what I just said.
To get us the information we need, I don't know if that's something. The information needed.
Muncie.
In addition, clearing.
And then the database or whatever of available resources.
Huh?
What's a clearinghouse? I don't even think of it.
Basically, it's yeah, I guess I've thrown that term around
Yeah.
in different things. Okay, we've got all these different resources in the community, right? Now, you know about some of them, you know about some of them, and such. But the idea of a clearinghouse is a centralized repository of all the available resources so that somebody could go to that location and find out, oh, I didn't know about this. I'm going to take advantage of this simply because now I know about it.
I just didn't know that's what
Yeah. And I'm using that term mainly because the community partner in that community will be familiar with the term.
want to have like some sort of instruction, like please answer
Yeah.
questions, something.
Like maybe to the best of your ability, because I don't know if I can
Well.
answer some of these, you know, like.
Yeah. I'm open to suggestions. I'm thinking, but
I should start out with the please answer the following to the best of your ability. Something simple.
I wonder if we should, like underneath the instructions, say for the purpose of the survey, the definition of sustainability that we're using is,
mm-hmm.
and like having the instructions right underneath, like almost flopping the two.
Yeah, switching the two around, which is easy to correct. It's as simple as hitting on the left-hand side of the question when you scroll over that way. There's these up and down arrows, and now, boom.
So then, yeah, the instructions right under the title.
I'm just wondering at the moment, we probably need to identify ourselves, because who's conducting this survey?
Just say Ball State. And we're representing Ball State
Mhm.
and their sustainability. It'd be easier than saying it was written by these five.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't be individual names.
That should probably go before the purpose of the.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm putting in some back story on this. How's that look?
Other than the information you provide will be used by.
Yeah, but as far as the first two.
Yeah, those are great. You can say by members of.
Well, instead of by now, it's going to be to used to.
I see.
Because I was going to introduce ourselves with by, but now I don't need to.
Okay, cool.
For creating the office, I guess.
We kind of already say that like the purpose of is to gather the information needed to establish the office.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can just end it with rest of your ability.
Yeah. format this a little differently. Oh, we were going to say something about the definition after this, to the best of your ability. For the purpose of this survey, sustainability
Is
defining sustainability as whatever. I don't want to use for the purpose of this survey because we have the purpose of the survey leading the previous paragraph. I'm going to get rid of the first sentence.
Good.
How's that look?
yeah, I like that.
Looks great. I think that looks well.
Okay. Okay, so now let's take a look.
Are we going to number the questions?
I was just wondering about that myself.
Just so that there's like a separation
Yeah.
between the instructions. And
Exactly. Let me see. I know that there's a way. Now it's just figuring out how to do it.
Split 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's. I know there's a way to do that. There's got to be a way to do that.
Yeah,
Auto number questions.
Is that going to number the title and the instructions and the definition too?
Let's find out.
Find a way to exclude it from the numbering system.
Mm-hmm. That didn't do it. Okay. And, since you have access into it, see if you can find anything.
What if you click on the settings thing next to the box? Is there anything there? Oh, no.
Would have thought. Oh, that's just not this. That's not. Well.
It might be just as easy to put in
Yeah, we can always put.
the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Auto auto number questions, that seems like it'd be the one that
The auto number is changing this Q4, Q5, which isn't what the audience sees. So yeah, I'm just going to go down the line here and add. You know what? I wonder. Shoot.
Yeah, the only thing we have to be worried about is space.
Yeah. Different browsers are gonna. Yeah. I was thinking about that too.
It might be just as easy to do the 3. You're that much.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. That'd be better than having it.
Doing a Microsoft Word stuff.
Ooh, what did I just do? I'm going to take this out since we have a definition above now. On this question number 5, should we give an example or two of different?
We could, yeah.
I mean,
If we give examples, it might take away from theirs.
Right.
but that's why only 1 or 2, and those should be the most obvious things that everybody will probably be familiar with, such as recycling.
What about our geothermal system? Is that considered sustainability?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we can include that so no one uses that. Because I feel like that'd be the very first thing I said.
Now, Caleb, you did the recycling.
Yeah.
Did you find out, is there curbside recycling or drop-offs or?
There are drop-offs. I did not find anything about curbside recycling though.
You
I
did?
think one of the organizations that I looked into does curbside pickup, and then they sort everything back there.
Have you heard of blue bags? Those
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
curbside, that's what we use. It
Okay.
works really well.
Yeah.
So, is blue bag is that the title or just the?
I think
I know they are blue
I
bags,
think
but
that's called blue bag curbside. So that's on the side of the truck.
Yeah, it is.
so kind of like that.
I'm gonna check it online to make sure.
Long weekend.
Late night.
I
I feel like blue bag is probably not all one word though, or is it? I don't know.
don't know.
Maybe.
So it's just,
Yeah, it's
yeah, I don't know what else to call it.
That's okay.
The sanitary.
anybody in the community should be familiar with the blue bag curbside recycling.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely anybody that's involved in city government and or sustainability efforts in the community would be familiar with it. Okay. All right.
At the top, like the first 2 little paragraph things, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
we have, go up a little bit. We have, it says we're working together to develop an office of sustainability for the city of Muncie, and then the next sentence is the purpose of the survey is to gather information needed to establish a Muncie office of sustainability. It's like
Yeah.
kind of said the same thing twice.
Uh,
So if we could like reword, like maybe just the
Yeah.
purpose of the survey is to gather the information needed to establish the office, instead of saying like Muncie's office sustainability again.
Could find a way to combine those two.
That's what I was just thinking. If we combine the purpose of the survey is to gather information needed to.
To establish the office that would serve as a clearinghouse.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Perfect.
How's that look?
Yeah, that's good.
Somebody has a screaming monkey toy in the area. I don't know if you can hear it, Caleb.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
So strange. I know.
In this building, you just never
And then back
know.
at the zoo.
What they might find in the skeleton.
I was just, oh yeah.
All right. So, what do you guys think?
I like it.
All right. In that case, I will first, before sending it out, I'm going to send it over to Larry Strange and have him review it, since he's our main contact as far as community partner. And then once I get his approval, he will. Basically, what will happen is. Actually, one other thing we've got to do. Well, we don't do it yet because we don't have his approval. But when we launch the survey, one of the things it'll do is it'll create a link. And what I think I might do is, it's a big, long, archaic string.
You could just hyperlink it.
And so what I was going to do is, with my iWeb account, create a page that has a simple URL to get to, and then, like I said, hyperlink it there, or have it actually so that when they go to my page, it automatically forwards them to the Qualtrics survey.
I don't know how those things work. So.
Like FTP.
Could you almost set the survey into that page?
It would. You can't embed the survey into something else because the Qualtrics website runs the survey, so I have to direct people to that. But yes, there's a tag, an HTML tag that would, as soon as you go to this page. Well, think of any website. I mean, have you ever gone to a web page and all of a sudden it redirects you somewhere that? Yeah.
Put you at slash page.
So in effect, doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
Fishing.
Yeah, in a way. It's,
You could make it so no one could ever go to your iWeb and see you down, right?
well, that's why it would be a sub page within my iWeb account,
I see.
not my main page.
Well, if that's the case, we would have to make them go to your iWeb first and then go to the page.
Right,
At that
and
point.
then it'll redirect them.
Oh, I see.
So, all right. Now, before you guys go, I cannot meet the next 2 days at our normal time because I've got orientation training that I have to go through. I'm in training from 8 a.m. until noon. What I was going to ask you guys to do before leaving today is, in this project proposal, starting to fill this out, what I want you guys to do is decide. You can either do things individually or in small group or whatever, but go through this document, and we've got our definition. I'm going to go ahead and erase these other definitions so that we only have the one definition. But start coming up with, well, filling this in, basically.
We can like divide it.
No, it's about to die. So take a minute and figure out how you guys want to split this up. And then on Friday, unless you guys, we can meet later in the afternoon online or here. That's either way is fine with me. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide how you guys want to handle this. So you guys take a couple minutes and figure out how you want to break this up. I mean, if there's a particular part that you're more interested in, or however you want to divvy it up.
Since nothing has actually been put on here yet, it would probably be easier for all of us to go out and get some information and then compile it all together once we get here, like what we did in the sustainability definition, because that went over pretty well.
Did last week we divide up like different things that we would kind of look into?
Yeah, Caleb has posted his information about.
Just posted mine.
Okay, and so that will go under the sustainability initiatives.
Because that was only sustainability initiatives. That was only research done for sustainability.
Right,
initiatives.
right.
Gotcha.
But I'm thinking, well, tell you what, let's keep this simple. Let's just focus on the mission statement at the moment. Between now and tomorrow afternoon, going in, presenting different mission statements, and then trying to come up with, yeah.
So just to clarify, the mission of the Office of Sustainability.
Correct. So since I'm not going to be available in the morning, do you guys want to get together online or here in the afternoon?
Available.
I mean,
I'll have to be online.
Which is fine.
I
mean, Caleb, is this working out for you online?
Oh yeah.
So.
And there can be 2 people with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'll either be online or I'll be here.
Okay, so what time? It's like noon, 1 o'clock.
Whatever.
Well, you have a meeting that you're supposed to be.
I'm supposed to be done by noon.
I can do 1.
We could do 1. It'll give you some
Okay.
more time.
Why don't we shoot for 1 o'clock then tomorrow, and I'll have a Google Hangout online, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. I also brought the thing that we created last
Cool.
fall semester. If you guys wanted to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's even like BBCs on the, because we made it.
Now, did you ever hear back from any of the other offices?
No, I did not.
Okay, tell you what.
I can keep it.
Well, what I was going to do is, with the office that we talked to in Knoxville, it was really cool to have everybody being able to hear it. Let me follow up with them, and it also might help having the doctor initiating or trying to get the contact going. It's a lot easier for them to blow off the students. They may not be as likely to blow off the doctor. I don't like throwing that around unless it's for a purpose to get something that we need.
Yeah.
So why don't we do that? And what I'll do is I'll try to arrange either them to participate in a Google Hangout like we did, or a conference call.
Which office? Sorry.
I'll go down the line.
Okay. She said the Indy woman said she's out of the office until this week, so she could be.
So she might be back
She
then.
probably won't contact me.
That's okay. I'll get email me the name and number.
It was just
So
the
that-
director.
Okay. Oh, okay. So if it's the director, it's posted on their website and in the document.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Here, I'll just.
I'll try and get back and make arrangements to meet with them online. All right. In that case, unless there are any other questions, I think we are done for the afternoon.
Your computer's really not bad.
Yeah. I'm just happy that it's actually working now and connecting.
So everything we just went over today got posted online as well, right?
Yeah.
As in like the.
It's in a YouTube.
That's cool.
What I can't remember now is how to go back and find it. I think if you go back to the Google Hangouts home, it will have a link there that you can go back and watch it again.
You know they have a lot of server space when they say, sure, shoot a video and post it online whenever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like just endless amounts of racks of space.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
You okay with tomorrow at 1, Caleb?
I don't know.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Is it
In that case, I'm going to kill this broadcast, and we will see you tomorrow.
All right then.
All right, see ya.
See ya.